Now, a third player I do want to talk about is Isaac Rayner. Now, I know it just cut out a little bit. I did something, probably didn't mean it, but this will be like a part 2 of it. Isaac Rayner, for me, he shows something in the way he goes about it. He's a hardback flanker, but he can play that run and carry role. Like, he can take the game on. He does a good job. I think seeing that, I think the more games he plays, probably the better it is. I think we're going to see him having more than 20 possessions per game, and he might play a little bit of midfield time, but he can, he's got the pace. So it's like he's third year, but second pre-season. I think it's going to matter as much as possible, and I think the more that he plays, the more the more experience he'll get, and I think he'll stay in the Collingwood team. I said bad form. Trey Rantal is another one I wanted to say on that. He needs to, second year at the club, I think he needs to play more footy and try and break into this Collingwood lineup and show the reason why. Play VFL footy if he can get 1 or 2 games in, just to get that experience, to see how he can go in the AFL level. I think that consistency does matter. And if that doesn't work, then what's next for him? Because he has to step up. I know it's his second year, but you expect probably to play, not that in finals, but to produce consistently. If he can produce consistently at VFL footy, I think he goes a long way fast to try and break into this senior team, because we all know how good the senior players are, and the way that I see it as well. Jordan Rawford. Now, Jordan Rawford, for me, he is a very good defender. I think he'll play well this year. He does a good job on the full-backs. Well, not as a full-backs, but he does a good job at full-back on the big key forwards. I think he'll get a contract at the end of this year, and I think he might have like a 1 or 2 years contract. But he's been a really good pickup at the end of 2018 and playing in that 2019 team. He's produced a consistent footy playing a fullback. He can stop Tom Hawkins. But in hindsight, you can get pushed out very easily. If he can have like 6 boils, 15 possessions, maybe like 5 marks, or 4 marks, I think it goes a long way for us to really, keep our defence under wraps as well. Trey Rusco, that's his name, Trey Rascal. He is important. He is very important. Now, the reason why I do say that, he produces, play a couple of games where he can produce by kicking a few goals. He might get in this year. His first year, he impressed me. I want to see him play more games and push to stay in the team. If he can push for senior selection and play in this team and stay in this team, he can make that spot all his and push some of the other players out as much as possible. And I think that might happen at some stage. Second year, I don't want to put too many pressure on him. He might play more VFL. But if he can play AFL footy, he can show Nathan Buckley and the coaching staff, mate, what the fuck are we, doing by not picking him, or, we need to give this guy a chance. This kid can play. We all know that. It's all about a matter of time. So I think that's what's going to happen. But he needs to start pushing more often. And the last one is still Cyborg. Now, he'll play on the wing. He can play up forward as well if need to. But he's a really elite ball user. Some of these goals that he kicks, I don't know how he does it. 2018, second time he played against Essendon, he somehow fakes the kick, go on the left side, kicks a left foot goal from 60 metres out, and it went through. And you think, what the fuck? How the fucking hell that he does it? He is a really good player, and I see that. He started back in 2000, at the end of 2008, 2009. So he got drafted at the end of 2008, played in that 2009. And obviously he's a premiership player. 12 years at the club, I say. Yeah. 12 years. And he made one mistake. And I'm not going to hurt him. I'm not going to beat him around the bush. I think he has to learn that. But what he does do is that he can average 27 possessions per game and kick about 10 goals or more. He's got great goal sense. He really does. And I like that. I don't want to see the way he wants to. I don't want to see, him retiring now. I want to see him keep producing, because he can play 22 rounds a season. We're back to a normal season. It's not like last year. The only way that he might retire if he slows down. If he slows down, I think that's the reason why I think teams often think that. But I don't think he will. I think he's got a lot more in the tank. And by producing the goods, he can still play consistent footy and still play in his Collingwood lineup. He doesn't play VFL footy, and he should not be playing VFL footy. Not just yet anyway. But then after that, who knows? So, this is the end of the video. This is part 2. Probably should have made an introduction of this. I do apologise for that, but this is part 2 of the episode 7 or 8. And I love this club. Now, I will be doing the women's game as well, because there's a lot of footy to be played. Other than that, just have to wait and see. Like, comment, and subscribe. Tell your family, tell your friends, tell your neighbours, come to pies. Let's go.